Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a quick update and a carry on from the last video I put up. Sorry it's taken so long.
There it is. What we've been waiting for. Oh dear. Here it comes. Oh, it's real. That's insane. Oh, look at it. That's mental. No way. Oh, it's epic. Here it is. The big yellow bus. Can he get round? Oh, he's round. Oh yeah.
Hello, John.
Hello.
So, we have begun to take off some carpety walls. We have a light that's just hanging, chilling. Taking off this metal strip that's all the way around the top, which is now on the floor. And pretty much have our blank canvas.
So here's the bus as it's looking a bit ripped out. This is just a quick catch up as I covered most of this in another video, but just in case this is the first video you've come to, wanted to show you where we're at and what we're working with. So the bus is basically ripped out now. It's starting to work a little bit too hard. As you can tell, I'm losing it a little bit, but having fun with it.
Aha, let's try again. So, in the bus, and this is what we've done today. Lots and lots of ripping out. So we got rid of all the insulation, which is on a pile for the skip, and the other wall, and insulation on the roof. The big conundrum at the moment is, do we take out these roof light windows and replace with some fiberglass or not? Because they are very, very leaky and drippy, which is not good. So that's the question for the day. What do you think? What do you think, John?
Don't know. I'm unsure now.
Big question mark.
And the bus again. This is the stuff. Lights are ripped off. We're in the rip out stage, as you can see. We found out all the stuff that was mouldy and horrible. We haven't got the floor up yet because that's the next problemo.
Is it a problem?
Well, it's the next hardcore task. Shouldn't be too difficult though. Oh, what I managed to do yesterday though, happily so, get security. Yeah, Big Daddy lock. That's my lock. There's a lock. Tool zone. Hello, tool zone. Basically, bosh. Sorted. Secure. Oh yeah. This is where we're doing all of our work, in the back of around where we live at the moment. There's Emily starting already. As luck would have it, our landlord is quite a hoarder of junky stuff, so our pile of things which are there doesn't look too bad. Excellent. There she is, big yellow bus. It's big compared to the Fiesta. Bus, Fiesta, bus, Fiesta, bus. She big.
So just to catch you up again, we've got loads of insulation there that I basically pillaged from a building site I was working on locally, so that's all free, which is good, because the rigid insulation runs at about 40 to 50 quid a sheet, which is brutal, but it's because it is really good. That's why we went with the Celatech slash Kingspan in the outer shell of the bus, so in straight onto all the panels and the walls, just to give us that really good layer of heat retention. And then on top of that, as a bit of a vapor barrier, we used the foil insulation to cover that. As you can see, hammock is necessary when you're doing this sort of work in a space like that. So that's just a sort of finished product of what the insulation ended up sort of looking like when after I'd cut it and recut it and obviously put the windows in and stuff at that point. all of these pictures are sort of all over the place because I was a little bit all over the place when I was doing the work. As you can see, I've sort of boarded the back wall there because I was just excited to start doing some joinery. Deep in thought, I think, having a quick break. M now is photographering for us. So as you can see, the bus is basically insulated, and I'm starting on the woodwork. So it's the middle of May. This is what the bus is looking like at the moment. A little bit messy. Windows are in, and then inside. So I'm trying to fit a random caravan door that you've had to settle on into a space where there used to be 2 sliding doors. Took a bit of thought, but I basically just framed out the opening like you would sort of stud wall. Made it nice and sturdy. Fit the door as close as I could. Got it all fixed in, sealed in, and then obviously on top of all the stud work I just glued the aluminium, same as I did the rest of the bodywork. So I'm back inside now. I've got my roll of acoustic insulation that basically put over that first 2 layers of insulation, so that we had some sort of acoustic barrier as well when we're on the road and stuff. So Em's busy working on the floor, seeing what she can do with whatever she can find. I've got the roof light there, ready and waiting to be fit in. So it was onto the roof and to remove the old roof lights, so I scraped away all the old gunk and I slashed it and bashed it until it was free. It nearly took me down with a chisel, but I was all good. I blocked it. There I am, looking dead chuffed with myself because I've got my hole. So the next process was to make the length right for the window to sit in. So I basically just used a bit of aluminium section, fixed it in, gooped it in, and fixed the window to it all. So this is a little preview of what the internals were looking like with the insulation. Chuffed with myself that I'm getting there. I feel like it's starting to take shape now. The boards for the wall, we basically used 3mm boards, so really thin, but I found that as we were using it as a living space, that was a little bit too thin to fix stuff sufficiently to the walls. But because of the weight that I was obviously putting into the bus, I decided to go for as thin as possible. This is just because I knew I was putting quite a lot of weight in there. In retrospect, I'd probably use a different method of studding out the walls. Using 2x2 was far too, it was overkill basically, and added extra weight where I didn't need to add it. But I carried on anyway regardless, so there are the boards. I actually tried to board the roof with like the very thin MDF board, and that totally didn't work. That all, as you can see there, I've got the first board up in the cab, and the ripples and bends and deflections in the actual board were not going to be sufficient, and it was also super hard to get it done on my own, even with props and things. So having a rethink at that moment about what I'm going to do about the ceiling, because I wasn't happy with it. So I bought some new tools. Yay, new tools. So I called my dad and I was like, Dad, come and help me do the boards because I need your help because it's hard work. So he came and helped finish off the last few boards, which was super good. A little shot, action shot, proof that he was there doing his thing. Luckily my dad's quite handy, so he's at home using my new tools. Dead chuffed. And then in the middle of all the craziness, whilst we were super tired and burnt out and flaggering, I proposed to Emily because it felt like the right time to get married. So there we are, a beautiful day. The wedding was more of an afterthought as we were doing the bus, but the money that we were gifted was handy. It gave us a bit more capital to work on the bus. Woohoo! It wasn't planned like that, it was just a happy coincidence. So finally getting to the point that I was looking forward to, which is where I'm starting to build all the internal joinery bits. So at the very back I wanted 2 wardrobes for our clothes and stuff, and then a fixed bed. So that's the bed, the first adoration of the bed. And once the bed was in position, I could start working out where the bathroom was going, the dimensions that I wanted to leave for us. So there, the shower's gone in, got the stud work up, ready for the boarding. Em's busy helping me do the stud work. Taught her how to use the chop saw safely, which is a must always. So that is the shower room is coming together there, starting to get a sense of what the space is going to look like. The only way to get anything level is to cast the joiner's eye upon it, because the bus wasn't level in any direction. So if it looks right, it is right, and that is right. So we've got it boarded now. Now it really starts to get a sense of the feeling of how big the shower is going to be. We went for quite a big shower tray because we learnt through living on a canal boat previous to this that having a 600 by 600 shower is not good. So I went for an 800 by 800 shower tray, which was a really good idea because it gave us a really nice space to wash, which is quite integral to a living space. And as we knew we were going to be spending some time on it, I wanted it to be as close to amazing as it could possibly be. So hence the big shower. God, I'm looking a bit tired on that one. Working hard, pointing at stuff, probably telling Em something amazing about sealant and water ingress. Next I was on to the sofa frame. The sofa, I was basically planning on cutting our sofa that was in the house in half and sticking it on top, because actually making a comfortable sofa is quite difficult, having tried it a few times. So this was my first idea, so that was big enough for the systems. This is me cutting the sofa. I didn't really tell specifically what I was doing, I just said I was sorting the sofa out, but sort of worked for a bit. So then onwards, the floor, just insulating the floor now, as is evident. We basically left the tracking in because it turned out to be an absolute nightmare to get it out. So we just insulated over the top of it, and then I cut little thin slivers of timber underneath to get the floor all level, to get over the bumps, because the tracks were raised by about 5mm. Once you'd had the royal inspection by a masterful guitarist from York, I then had the go ahead to carry on with the kitchen. Thank you, Tom. So I'm manufacturing the kitchen, making sure I keep all my spaces right for the cooker that's going to go in there eventually, worktop to go on top, then finishing off, patching up the walls, getting the step made, or the step. And we're basically on to all of the services and all of the bits that make the bus livable, but that'll be in the next video. Cheers guys, hope you liked the new updated version. Sorry it's taken so long to come around to this, but we've been on our adventures. So in the next video I'm going to show you how I took the bus from looking like this, it's got its charm, to this. We decided to do all the paintwork ourselves, just like everything else. So catch that in the new video. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and cheers for sticking with me if you're still watching right now. See you in a bit guys.